there, everybody. It is I. How is everyone doing? There we go. Oh, and Newt walks in right at the beginning. Let me turn on this music here, right here. Hi, Newt. Yes, you walking in right at the beginning of the stream? Hi, buddy. You gonna come up? Hello, how is everybody? Welcome to the stream today. Hi there, Hannah. Hi there, ER Mixon's Craziest Theories, Jason Knott, Snake Pliskin, Angie P, The Rat, Samuel Howard, Selkie, good to see you again. Angie P, is good to see you again from earlier. Are you attacking Newt? Newt wants attention. Do you want over here, bud? He's attacking the stuff that I have here. He wants a path over. You wanna come over? Come on. Come on. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. Come on. Or are you just gonna hide over there in the corner? Come say hi. Alright, he'll come over in just a second. Oh my god, he's attacking everything that I have over here with his little paws. I was playing Mass Effect earlier, and I had little Phoebe out from Mass Effect Andromeda. How is everyone doing today? Newt, stop attacking stuff. Come here if you want to come here. There we go. There he is. Hi. Come here, bud. Come on, sit down. Come here. Come here so I can focus on the chat. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Come here. Come on. There we go. All right, come on the lap. Yeah, hit the mic. Just like everyone likes. Everyone likes you hitting the mic. There we go. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone? Like I was saying hi to people earlier. Let's see. Who did I miss? Elaine, Don. Sorry if Newt's hitting the mic here. Hannah. Super Plushy Kitty Cat. Thomas Brennan. Ozzy Hall. Good to see you. Miss Wicked Wolf. Good to see you again. Mikhail. Good to see you. Caleb. Leorica7, apologies if I said your name wrong. Sarah, good to see you. Showing his butt. Yeah, I'm sorry everybody just saw a bunch of cat butt. But I hope everyone is doing good. So as some of you may know, I was streaming some Mass Effect earlier today on Twitch. Newt, stop hitting the mic. I love you, bud, but you gotta stop hitting the mic. But as some of you may know, I got my second vaccine yesterday. And this morning, I was feeling terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. And I'm feeling better now. I was streaming a little bit of Mass Effect earlier. But yeah, now I'm feeling a little bit better. But I'm still kind of like, I still have a little bit of a fever and everything. So I'm feeling a little bit better. But anyways, before we get started, I just want to let everyone know what this is. So if you are new to this channel, like Heather Stonehouse here, welcome to the chat. What this is my weekly sort of live stream chat where I just hang out. I talk with everybody in the chat. If you give a super chat, I give you a heart, so hearts for super chats, and I answer your question or whatever. But we just chat for about an hour, and I rant for about an hour about whatever any of you want to talk about. So apologies if my energy level's a little bit lower today. Like I said, I still have a little bit of a fever and everything. So if my energy level's a little bit off today, that's the reason why. But hopefully it won't be that big of a deal. But Heather Stonehouse, thank you for finding the channel. Let's see. Questions that I see. Yara Mixon's Craziest Theories. Have you been watching The Bad Batch? Thoughts? Yeah, I have been watching The Bad Batch. I've actually been, so for those of you who don't know, I have a second channel called Jessie Gender After Dark, where I put up all my reviews and stuff now. So, I have been watching Star Wars The Bad Batch, and I've actually been reviewing every single episode, and I'll actually be reviewing tonight's episode, but the review is going to go up over on my second channel. So if you want my thoughts on The Bad Batch, sorry that Newt keeps hitting the mic there. I do apologize. They're going to be over there. But, long story short, I've been liking it. I think it's been kind of cool to see a show that takes place right at the start of the Empire, like right at the fall of the Republic into the Empire, and sort of see the rise of fascism. And I've liked the characters so far. Like Wrecker is adorable. I absolutely adore Wrecker. He is one of my favorite characters, and I absolutely adore him. So yeah, no, I've been liking the Bad Batch so far, and I've been doing reviews of every episode. So if you want my reviews of every single episode, that's where they're at. Yeah, this is love. How Newton loves to show his love for the chat. Is that how you do it, bud? By hitting the mic? Is that what you do? Good to see you, Catherine Lambath. Favorite Mass Effect companion? Garrus. My favorite Mass Effect companion is Garrus, of course. Though I do love Tally. Tally is absolutely wonderful as well. I absolutely adore Tally. Wrecker is my husband, Thomas Brennan. we do need more live action Star Wars, though. Honestly, I'm glad that they're taking a break from the movies for a little bit, because I didn't like the whole Disney trilogy was not great. I actually like Solo and Rogue One, and I enjoyed the Disney trilogy. I don't like hate it, but it's not that wonderful. So I'm actually glad they're taking a break from the movies. And honestly, animated Star Wars is some of my favorite Star Wars. Like the Clone Wars and Rebels are absolutely fantastic. Also, Ulysses the Pagan, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you. I absolutely adore you. Thank you so much. And thanks, Miss Wickedwolf, for saying I have a cute chuckle. Ulysses the Pagan, congrats on getting vacced. Symbolic kiss in your forehead. Feel better. Well, thank you very much, Ulysses the Pagan. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I'm feeling better. I'm tired. I'm a little bit tired, and I still got a fever. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good. And honestly, it's worth it. It's whatever the price is, it's worth it, considering to be vaccinated, be able to go out in the world and like restart life again. So I'm kind of excited about that. So yeah, this morning, I should say, this morning was hell. I felt like terrible when I woke up. Like every time I tried to get out of bed, I felt sick and nauseous. It was not fun, but I slept in for pretty much the entire day, or the entire morning. So, Wellington Smith, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you. You said, since you're feeling low, I'm sending you a shot in the arm and hugs. Oh, well, thank you very much, Wellington Smith. I really appreciate that. You are lovely and amazing, and I really, really, really appreciate it. Celestial Amethyst, how are you feeling? Hope the second shot isn't destroying you. It did this morning, like I said. The second shot, like all last night. Let's see how best to describe it. So like last night, about 12, I got the shot around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So towards the evening, I started getting chills. Like I started feeling like kind of cold and feeling very chilly, but that was about it. And I actually didn't mind that, because like I just kind of lied in bed and read a book. I was like, I actually kind of like having chills, because then you curl up with a blanket, you get nice and toasty, and you just grab a book and you read a book. It was actually kind of nice in a weird way. I actually don't hate having the chills. It's actually kind of relaxing in a weird way. But then I woke up around like 4 or 5 in the morning. Huge headache, huge chills. I was like freezing cold. I wanted to get up to go to the bathroom, and every time I got up to go to the bathroom, I had a wave of nausea. It was not fun. And then I went back to sleep. And then I woke up around like 7 or 8 and just didn't get back to sleep for another like 2 or 3 hours, and it was just a headache, and it was a huge pain. So also apologies, my downstairs neighbor is now playing the drums. So if you hear some noise like that, that is my neighbor playing the drums downstairs, because his drum room is apparently right beneath my apartment. So let's see. I never got sick from vaccines, but COVID shot really angered my immune system. Yeah, I haven't gotten sick from vaccines either. This is the first vaccine where I've ever had like a strong reaction. So are they good? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to judge drums by themselves. I mean, he sounds good, but it's always hard to judge drums solely on drums alone, you know? Drums are usually best when they're like, pushing forward the beat of other songs. Not to say that there's not artistry in there or anything like that. It's just sort of like, usually they're better mixed in with other things. Yeah, I want to bang on the drum. Yeah, see if you can hear it. Wait, let's see if you can all hear it. You can hear it. I think you can hear it a little bit on the mic there. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of his drumming. All right, back up to that sound. Got a lot of muscle pain on my second dose, but not much in the way of other symptoms, thankfully. Yeah, that's good. That's very good, because, yeah, my symptoms were not great. My symptoms were not great at all. Which one did you get, Pfizer or Moderna? I got Moderna. Not out of choice. It was just what they shot into my arm. I was like, I don't care which one you give me, just give me one of them. So yeah, no, shot. I got the Moderna one. I don't want to work. I want to bang my drums all day long. I actually don't know that song, but that's wonderful. Wrecker's the chaotic himbo I absolutely need in my life. He really is. He really is. Like, I love Wrecker because he's like He's like the adorable clown kind of guy who like likes to bumble around, but he's also like, he's actually competent, like, because they're all soldiers, they're actually competent. So it's like an interesting sort of like, he's like the big like bumbling clown guy, but he's actually like competent. It's a nice little mix and play on that sort of like formula. So let's see. I hiked 3,000 feet and spent 3 nights alone in the woods after the second shot. Tell people that is survival. It is. I mean, yeah, Coco, but I mean, it is survivable. I'm not trying to tell you, I'm not trying to scare people away from the vaccine. By the way, I should want to make clear, I've been talking about my symptoms for the second vaccine. Let me be absolutely clear. Getting the vaccine, 100% worth it. Yeah, I feel sick. Yeah, it is not great for a day or so. I'm feeling, I'm not feeling great right now, but I'm feeling better than I did a few hours ago. And I'll probably get through it tomorrow. So, like, just making sure this is absolutely clear. It sucks. The second vaccine may suck, but don't feel bad. Like, it is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. It's survivable. I got through the day. It's a bad day. It's a bad day, and then you get through it. So, and then you're free to live a life in about 2 weeks. So in about 2 weeks, I get to go live a life, which I'm excited about. I actually get to have a life for some ridiculous reason. Stephen Fenn, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate the super chat. You lovely, amazing human. You said, congrats on getting vaxxed. I got my first shot on Sunday. Put me out of commission for 2 days. Have to wait for September for dose 2. You have to wait that long for dose 2? Why do you have to wait that long for dose 2? That feels like a ridiculously long amount of time for your second dose, Stephen. Is it just because of where you're at and the supply is really constrained where you're at? Because that just seems like a really long time. I'm sorry you have to wait that long. That sucks. But I'm glad you got your first dose. And they do say that even after your first dose, you do have like 50% like immunity, as I think like the how it works. I remember listening to a news report on it. It's like you do get like some level of immunity after the first dose. So at least that's good. So at least you got that. So that is really good. No, Coco Butt, don't worry. I totally understand. I mean, there's a lot of anti-vax stuff going on here, so don't worry about feeling like you were putting me down. Like, no, it's good to make that clear. It's a good thing to make it clear that, yes, I am saying that you should 100% get the vaccine. Like, don't feel like you shouldn't. You 100% should. Sarah, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much, you lovely, lovely human. You said, what's top of your list post-vax life? Not entirely sure. I mean, going out to a bar or a restaurant would be absolutely wonderful. I love going out to eat, and it's been so long since I've like actually been inside of a bar and inside of a restaurant to eat. So I'm actually so kind of excited for that. So yeah, so I think probably going out to eat will probably be like the biggest thing for my first post-vax life. Maybe I'll try and see if I can do. My birthday's coming up in a month or so. Like my birthday is June 18th. So I might try and do something for June 18th. So I mean, I had to wait Thomas Brennan, I had to wait a full month for my second dose as well. I got my first dose exactly a month ago. So I think it's like weirdly a month for Moderna. I don't exactly know why. So Miss Wicked Wolf, do you have any birthday plans? Not yet. I want to do like a board game night. My birthday's going to be on a Friday night, so I'll probably do like a board game night. I'll probably invite some friends who are also vaccinated over, and we'll try and do some board games and stuff. I think that'll probably be the most fun. I haven't had like a good board game night in forever, so that'll be kind of nice. Like get drunk, have a board game night. I think it'll be a good time. The other option is to like go out to a bar, which would also be great. Which would also be absolutely wonderful. So. Ulysses the Pagan, you look a little pale, but still a beautiful person. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I hope I didn't think I looked pale. And if anything, I feel like I would look red because I've been having a fever. So I feel like my head would be a little bit redder than anything. But maybe I look pale. I mean, you'd have to tell me. So I'm certainly not 100%. I will say, like, I definitely am not like at 100% Jessie. This is not 100% Jessie by any means, so. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm going up to Bay Area for a board game day with my friends on Memorial Day weekend. That sounds like a great time. Enjoy that, Catherine Lambeth. That sounds like an absolutely wonderful time. I need a good board game night. It's been way too long since I've had a board game night. I need one very badly. I want to play some good board games in a while because it has been way too long. Aw, I'm glad that everyone's got some, I'm glad everyone's got June. There's so many June birthday people here. Look at all those Geminis. Maybe I'm attracting all those Geminis, which I'm totally fine with. I mean, I'm not a big astrology person, but hey, it's fun to do it. Herv Lindsay, I don't know. To be fair, I just made a joke. You say, what's your big 3 zodiac signs? I have no idea. I know I'm a Gemini, and that's really about all I could tell you. So that's really about all I could tell you. I really don't know much more about astrology, to be frank, other than I'm a Gemini. So there you go. What's your favorite board game? My favorite board game, I mean, I jump around, but I actually really love the Game of Thrones board game. The Game of Thrones board game is a really, really fun game. It kind of mixes all the things that I like. There's social, like messing with people in that game. It's very strategic. It doesn't last terribly long, but there's like a lot of like different ways you could win that game. I like games where you can kind of sneak up and like win a game really quickly if people aren't paying attention. And the Game of Thrones board game is a ton of fun. So I deeply, deeply love the Game of Thrones board game. I would highly, highly recommend it if you haven't played it. So I definitely would recommend that. You ever played the Telltale Game of Thrones game? I did. I actually really liked the Telltale Game of Thrones game. I don't remember too much of it. The only thing I remember from it is one of the lines that I think that was hilarious. And it was like, it was like someone was like, why'd you get, they were the guys up at the wall, and someone said, how'd you get sent to the wall? And it's like, fucking potatoes. It's like, you fucked potatoes. No, I stole potatoes. That was like the funniest line in that game. I always remember that like little back and forth. I thought that was hilarious. The Telltale, I genuinely like the Telltale games quite a bit. I was sad to see that Telltale go, but I mean, obviously they were, and it sucks the way that company went under. Like the management just like one day just said, oh yeah, the company's done, the company's over, and you don't have a job. It was like so sudden and awful. Like it was really, really sad and disappointing to see how Telltale went. But the games are great. I mean, the Walking Dead games are always wonderful. Wolf Among Us. I loved Wolf Among Us. Absolutely adored Wolf Among Us, if we're being honest. I think Wolf Among Us, I agree, Mikhail. I was just about to say that. Like, Wolf Among Us is probably their best game by far. Not even a question, in my opinion. So. Let's see. Gemini is the non-binary sign. I just made that up. I mean, you could make it work. I mean, there's like 2 people in there. So I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I could totally see Gemini being the non-binary sign in like a weird roundabout way. The Minecraft game was shockingly good. Yeah, I never beat all of the Minecraft Telltale game. I played like the first 2 episodes of the Minecraft game, but I liked what it was. Patton Oswalt was great in it. Yeah, the Minecraft game was like shockingly much better story-wise than I thought it was going to be. I actually really enjoyed it, but I never got around to actually finishing it. I only did the first 2 episodes of that one. I also didn't play, they did Guardians of the Galaxy one too. I didn't play that one, but their Batman one I really liked. But I should play their Guardians of the Galaxy one, because the Guardians of the Galaxy one was kind of fun. I don't think game studios fade gracefully. They just explode or get bought and then explode. Yeah, Chaz, sadly the video game industry is pretty self-destructive in a lot of ways. I mean, just see the stuff with like Ubisoft being a gross, disgusting company. Yeah, the video game industry needs a lot of maturing to do. That's for sure, on so many different levels. I mean, just watch anything of Jim Stephanie Sterling. You can just tell that the game industry is just disgusting and nasty. It's kind of sad, to be frank. It really needs to grow up. Tales of the Borderlands. Oh, Tales from the Borderlands is fantastic. That's probably my second favorite, actually, after Wolf Among Us. Like, Tales from the Borderlands is so great. Gortys is my little baby. I adore Gortys so much. I wanted to see Gortys in Borderlands 3, though. I never got too far in Borderlands 3. I need to play that game more. But yeah, Gortys was my absolute baby darling, and I loved her with all of my heart. And yeah, Tales from the Borderlands is actually freaking great. Freaking great. Air quotes comedian. To be pedantic, should the title of your stream be I'm instead of I'll? Yes, you are right. You're right. And actually, I can fix that. Can I fix that? Let me see. I think I should be able to fix that. Let me see here. You are right. I should change the title there. Yep, I can fix that. There we go. That should be fixed if people refresh. All right. W Games is being carved as we speak. Hopefully another realm lands on their feet. Yeah, I'm worried about that because, yeah, WB Games, I like WB Games quite a bit, and now with the sale to Discovery, the WB Games sort of division is being carved up and split into different parts, which is kind of really sad because I'm looking forward to a lot of those games. Like NetherRealms, I love. NetherRealms is fantastic. All the Mortal Kombat games are wonderful, though I don't know what this means for an Injustice 3 because Injustice was one of my favorite. Like, I loved Injustice, the fighting game. Like, Injustice is such a great fighting game. And I was actually really, really sad that I really hope that they still get to do Injustice 3. And I'm looking forward to a lot of other WB games. They have the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. They also have the I forget what the name of it, but it's the game where you get to play as like Robin and Red Robin, Red Hood, and Batgirl. That game looks really exciting. I'm actually very excited for that, but hopefully that'll all be Gotham Knights. That's it. I was actually Mikhail says you have zero interest in Gotham Knights. I'm actually very excited for Gotham Knights. I'm more interested in Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. I'm more excited for that. But Gotham Knights looked interesting, especially since you get to play Red Hood. Because Red Hood, Red Hood is all. Jason Todd is also my baby boy. I adore Jason Todd so much. So, Maggie the Goblin title fixed. Well, good. I'm glad you got some drinking food, Cappuccino Crafts. I hope you enjoy the food. I'm actually kind of excited because after this, I got some soup. I got some chicken noodle soup. I got and I'm very excited. I'm so really excited for soup, but I'm like actively pumped to have soup after this. Yeah, as soon as we're done with the stream, I'm gonna go have some soup, and I'm going to be very excited about it. Oh, Daniel Douglas, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Cool review today of the new Star Trek novel. Can't wait for the interview. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, over on my other channel, in fact, maybe I'll share the link with everybody. On my other channel, Jessie Gender After Dark, I did a review of the latest Star Trek book that came out. Star Trek just released a new book called Star Trek Discovery Wonderlands, and it takes place in the gap year. So if you remember in Star Trek Discovery, I'm sharing the link to the review in the chat. I just shared it. But the Star Trek Discovery, there's the in season 3, I don't want to spoil too much for those who haven't caught up on Discovery, so I'll kind of keep it vague. But there's a part of Discovery season 3 where the main character, Michael Burnham, is on her own for a year of time. And I won't ruin the where that is. And the book takes place during that year. And I read the book, and it was really, really good. It came out this week. I'd highly recommend it. If anyone's a big Star Trek Discovery fan, go read the book. It is a really, really good book. And also, I announced in that video a kind of cool announcement for next Friday's video. So if any of you want a quick heads up on a really cool thing that I'm honestly very, very pumped for, I won't spoil it here. But in the video for that review, I announced something that is going to be next Friday's video. So if you want to know what next Friday's, not tomorrow's video, but the week after tomorrow's, what that video is going to be, you can check out the review of the Star Trek Wonderlands book. So that'll be your tease, because I am a tease. If I'm known for anything, it's being a tease, I guess. Jessie Gender, trans advocate, and definite tease. So let's see. Missed a bunch in the chat there while I was talking about that. Is it just me, or is Abigail Thorne's Riddler costume better than the Paul Dano one? I don't disagree. I mean, I like the new take on Riddler in Matt Reeves' The Batman with the metal mask, but Abigail looked amazing in her Riddler costume in her video earlier today. Like, she looked absolutely amazing in that. So yeah, Abigail Thorne's Riddler costume, mwah, chef's kiss. Way better than the weird metal mask thing that Matt Reeves' Riddler was doing. I'm waiting to see the movie. I don't usually judge stuff like that. Like, the costume doesn't, the metal mask thing, the costume doesn't look great to me, if I'm being honest. But, I don't know the context in which that is going to be seen in the movie. Like, maybe it's just for a scene, maybe there's a good explanation for it. So I'm all fine with waiting until the movie to give final judgments on the costume, because you never know, it could actually look really, really cool. But for me, from the pictures, I was like, I don't really know, but I'm not against it. So
Mikhail, you never watched anything of Star Trek? Gasp. How can you be here? Oh, no. No, that's totally okay. That's totally okay. I am here to advocate for Star Trek. Star Trek is wonderful. It's also terrible at certain points, but overall, it's a great franchise. It's a lot of fun. And I really genuinely enjoy it. So please, like, feel free. Like, don't worry. If you haven't seen any Star Trek, that's no problem whatsoever. There's no shame in that. But also, you should watch Star Trek because it's really good. It's like that weird franchise that it like runs the gamut of like terrible to amazing. Like there are some really gosh dang awful like really awful Star Trek episodes, and then there's like some of the best science fiction you'll ever find. Period. So yeah. Oh, we're talking about theaters. Do theaters still exist? Oh, I can't wait until I can go to a theater again. Oh, 2 more weeks. I think probably the first movie I'm going to go see in the theater is Quiet Place Part 2. Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited for that. And I can do it in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I can go see Quiet Place Part 2. Ah! I'm kind of pumped for that. Not Cruella. I love going to see movies in a movie theater. Like there's an AMC near where I live, and it's an 18 and older AMC. So not that they don't show nude stuff, but they have like a full bar there, like a really good bar, like a legitimately very great bar. And so I love going to that theater and getting a drink. Sometimes I even like don't say this to the people that work there, but sometimes I sneak in some like good food, and like have some like a beer and like a nice little piece of food. I don't know why I did the knife thing. Sometimes I sneak in sushi because I'm a weird person. Don't judge me too much. But yeah, I just sometimes do that, and it's a good time at the theater. So. I love going to the movie theater too, but it seems like something from a lifetime now. Right, Corey? Oh, I missed 2 super chats. I'm so sorry. Gretchen Badger, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Giving you all the love, you lovely and amazing and wonderful person. You are absolutely adorable and fantastic, and I love you so much. And you said, glad you got your second shot, but bummed you're having to deal with the side effects. Any predictions, hopes on where the Bad Batch is heading? I'm loving the exploration of the early Empire days. Ooh, good question. Okay. Well, thank you so much for saying that you're bummed that I had to deal with side effects. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm feeling better, and as I said early in the stream, like, you know, I'm not 100% right now, but, you know, I'd rather a bad day of feeling sick. You know, I was supposed to be on a film shoot today, honestly, earlier today, which kind of sucks because, you know, like I've said before, I do YouTube full time, but I do still try and do some contract jobs to help pay the bills because, you know, it doesn't pay everything. YouTube, it pays most of it, but not all of it. So I was supposed to do a film shoot today, but I had to call out of it because I was just feeling absolutely atrocious. So that sucks because I don't get that money, but it is what it is. But anyways, that was an aside. You asked a question about Bad Batch. Where's Bad Batch is heading, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I agree. I am loving the early exploration of like the rise of fascism and what it's like, and I really like the idea that some of them are kind of on the agreement with the Empire and actually kind of like the structure and the power and the authority that the Empire brings, because some people would be seduced by it, and some people would also be kind of angry at the Republic for the Republic failing them. You know, there's one really great scene in, I think, episode 3 where someone says, you know, that, you know, the Empire gives me clothes and everything and gives me structure and everything, and so that's why I like them more. And I thought that that's super interesting because it shows the way that fascism can be rhetorically can be persuasive to those who don't have structure, and you know, and to people who, you know, are looking for that. And so I think the show does a great job of showing like the horrors of the Empire, but also like why it would become like a thing that people would accept it. It's kind of like an interesting exploration of that. In terms of the plot of it, I think that one of the things that I'm interested in seeing with the plot of it going forward is I think what we're going to see is probably some of them, if not all of them, are going to get their chips reactivated. I mean, they hinted at it in episode 3. Wrecker said he had a headache and everything, which I think is hinting at their chips. So I don't necessarily know everywhere where it's going to go, but my bet is, because Echo doesn't have one of those chips, that the Bad Batch are going to get all of their chips activated at some point, and then Echo and Omega are going to have to rescue all of them and sort of bring them out of rescue them all from their chipped hell. So that would be my guess, which is going to be a thing. I don't really know where they're going with the Omega storyline. I like Omega, but she seems just there to be we'll have a kid element to the show. We'll bring in the youths with Omega. So I'm interested in that, but so far they haven't really really reeled me in with Omega. But I think that's where they're headed with all of that. So, thank you everybody. Let's see. Sending you love, Christy. Christy, I see you were having kind of a bad night. Sending you love. Oh, I'd love rotating sushi. Ooh, rotating sushi in a movie theater would be absolutely amazing. Anyways, I missed a couple super chats here. Stephen Fenn, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat, you lovely, lovely person. You said, what are the best and worst episodes of Trek in your opinion? Ooh, good question. Worst? Probably Code of Honor or Cogenitor. Everyone sort of points at something like Threshold as the worst Star Trek episode, but Threshold is a so bad it's good episode. I can laugh at Threshold. I will toss on Threshold to laugh at it. It's kind of an enjoyable laugh at episode. Whereas Cogenitor and Code of Honor, Cogenitor for me personally, those episodes are actively offensive. They actually piss me off when I watch them because they get things so wrong, especially in Cogenitor's case because it's it just so dehumanizes and sort of ignores the plight of non-binary people, and just says has the gall to tell Trip that he was wrong for trying to save someone's life, a non-binary person's life. It's a really offensive episode, and I do want to do a video on it someday. And it also showcases a non-binary person who was essentially The Handmaid's Tale. Literally go back and rewatch the episode of Star Trek Enterprise, and it's basically The Handmaid's Tale for non-binary people. It's kind of gross and disgusting. Code of Honor is also equally offensive. I can't necessarily get angry for the black community because I'm obviously not black. So I'm not angry personally about that episode, but it is one that is actively offensive, and absolutely gross. So I would probably say the two worst are Cogenitor and Code of Honor. In terms of best, that's kind of hard. I'd have to sit and think about best. I mean, Best of Both Worlds is definitely up there. Scorpion's definitely up there. Year of Hell is definitely up there. Pretty much all of Deep Space Nine is up there. I think probably my favorite one would be In the Pale Moonlight because I do love that one, or The Visitor. I do love both The Visitor and In the Pale Moonlight. I think are absolutely fantastic. Fantastic episodes. Balance of Terror from the original series is great. If I had to pick one, it would probably be between The Visitor and In the Pale Moonlight. But it would probably depend on the day. But I would probably toss in the Pale Moonlight and The Visitor as my two favorite Star Trek episodes. And Von Tux, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you. You said, congrats on vaccination. Live long and prosper. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Von Tux. My brain just stopped mid-sentence. It was bleh. And my brain just had a brain fart literally mid-sentence. Oh. And now you're not going to know what you were saying. So, thank you so much, Von Tux. I really appreciate it. Sushi. Why is everyone talking about sushi? Friday night is my sushi night. Every Friday night, I watch a movie and get sushi. And watch a movie with my friend and get sushi. We do a Zoom call thing. And now you're all making me want sushi tonight, which is not good for my stomach right today. But now I want sushi. Everyone's making me think about sushi. Two quick, there's two more here. Catherine Lambeth, heart to you. Thank you so much. You were absolutely wonderful. You said, have you had your FFS consultation yet? That was late May, right? Best of luck, heart, heart, heart. Yes, I did. I actually had my FFS consultation on Monday. So for those of you who don't know, I'm planning on getting facial feminization surgery. And I got my consultation literally on Monday. So just a few days ago. And it's looking like, that probably the surgery is going to be the end of the year, which sucks because, just to give you a little bit into my finances, a little bit, everybody. So I since I'm a contract worker, I work and now I do YouTube. I've had my own health. I've been paying for my own health insurance, and I have Kaiser Permanente, and unfortunately, I am paying for the top rated Kaiser Permanente plan, because the reason is, it actually works out is they cover a lot of FFS, and because they cover a lot of FFS, by paying for the highest plan, they'll cover a predominant part of the surgery. But because the surgery is later this year, I was kind of hoping that I could get the surgery middle of the year and then bump down my plan. But sadly, that's not going to be the case. So I have to pay freaking ridiculous amounts for the next few months on health insurance, which is what it is. But they pay out the butt for it. And then I'm also still going to have to pay for the surgery too, because like it covers a good chunk of it. But I think my deductible is like a few thousand. So that'll be fun. But we'll get it done. We'll get it happening. So, but yeah. So, but positive stuff. I am going to get FFS, and it's looking like it's going to be the end of the year, probably like November, December. So, I'll probably talk more about that when it gets closer to it. But yeah, I am going to be getting FFS, and the consultation went really well. It was really exciting. It got a lot of people poking my face. It was kind of weird. The doctor's like, "Oh yeah, your face here, do." But yeah, it was very exciting. So. Let's see. Yep, Code of Honor is absolutely the worst episode of Star Trek, Corey says. MC Fractal, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. He said, once your side effects ordeal is over, you'll have a fresh army of lovely antibodies to defend your gates from the literal viral barbarians. Yes, that's how it works. I actually kind of imagine it kind of like the one episode of Futurama, even though those are parasites. The one episode of Futurama where they have like the worms in Fry's stomach. They're just like guardians, like, we'll kill everybody. We'll stab you with our spears. That is kind of how I imagine the vaccination work, right? That's how that works. They shove in little worms that attack the sickness for you. I think that sounds scientific. That sounds scientific. So. It's Corey. It's high time for universal healthcare. FFS, the other FFS. Yep. No, I agree. We need to have universal healthcare. Like, we really do. It sucks. Like, it's frustrating with my healthcare. Like, I pay, like, I'll basically pay, like, $400 and something a month. It's, like, $450, $60 a month. It's really freaking frustrating. We just need to, and, like, I'm lucky enough to be able to afford that, and I can barely afford that. It's something that I don't want to be able to afford. It's just kind of gross. And like, I hear stuff like, when you have, and I also, the thing that I really hate is that we tie so much of our healthcare to jobs. Like, I wouldn't have to pay for this healthcare if I had a job, if I had a full-time, salaried job. I do have a full-time job that is YouTube, but like, a full-time salaried job is it's like coercing you into work. The whole healthcare system is built on like coercing you into working. The harder you work, then you can get healthcare. You have to work hard to even care about your health. But did anyone even see that report recently? There was a recent report that they recently announced, and I was actually kind of very disappointed about this too. By not to call him out necessarily, but Trevor Noah. I listened to Trevor Noah's podcast, his show, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, every week. It's by no means the most progressive show in the world, but I genuinely like Trevor Noah. I think he has some good, strong statements here and there. And I think he's a very smart guy, but I was very disappointed in his take earlier this week. He did an episode about, he mentioned that there was a report that came out that said that overwork is killing people, that have been, the studies showed that people who work over 50 hours a week are more likely to die from heart attack or stroke, and that a lot of people have happened, and that the pandemic has actually exacerbated that. Basically, all the stuff that I was talking about in my Nature of Work video, that like we are constantly pushing ourselves and we're working so much harder nowadays. And I was kind of disappointed in Trevor Noah, because Trevor Noah in the episode kind of made fun of that. Like, if you go back and really watch the episode, I was just kind of disappointed, because he was just kind of like, it's like, so one of those things where it's just like people say like, drugs are bad for you and smoking's bad for you, but we don't stop smoking. But everyone says once we want to stop working, everyone wants to stop working. I'm like, I was kind of disappointed that he said that. I was like, come on, Trevor Noah, like, you're kind of making fun of the fact that people want to work. And I was kind of sad because I genuinely like Trevor Noah. But what are you going to do? I missed 2 super chats here. Mossel Green, thank you so much for your super chat. A heart to you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You said, I slept on my arm. I got vacced and oh, so be careful. Yeah. And ow, so be careful. Yeah, this is the arm that I got shot in right on the Smog the Dragon tattoo. Smog's all vaxxed up. Yeah, ow. Yeah, I accidentally laid on it a little bit last night, and ooh, that was not fun. I mean, I had more other things that I was feeling sick about, so the arm bit wasn't the worst, but it wasn't great. Chunk Loot, Jessie, come move to Canada. I would love to move to Canada. In a heartbeat, I would move to Canada. Maybe one day. I do want to. I think Canada's a great place. I really like Canada. I would love to move to Vancouver. Like, legitimately, I would love to move to Vancouver. One second, just checking something real quick. All right. Mikhail, thank you so much for your super chat. Heart to you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You said so money to help for the surgery. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now the big question: where to start in Star Trek? All the shows are sequels, or they share the same universe? So all the Star Trek. So if you want my advice, so it kind of is what you're looking for Star Trek. So I have several places that I tell people to start, and it kind of depends on what you like, that I can give you a recommendation for. So there are kind of 3 places to start in my mind. If you are someone who doesn't like older shows all that much, like you think shows that like older science fiction shows feel a bit dated to you, I would start with some of the more modern stuff. So I would recommend either Star Trek Discovery or start with the Star Trek 2009 movie. The Star Trek 2009 movie and Star Trek Discovery, I think, are really, really great. Some people will get contentious about both of those shows, but I think they're really, really great, and they're good introductions to Star Trek. Star Trek Discovery is a little bit harder of an introduction because it does require a little bit of prior knowledge, but most of it you'll be able to pick up as you go. You could start watching Star Trek Discovery, and as long as you know the basic cultural osmosis stuff about Star Trek, like Klingons are a thing and Starfleet's a thing, then you'll be able to pick it up pretty well. And Star Trek Discovery is a really, really strong. If you're willing to do something a little bit, if you're fine with something a little bit older, I would either recommend, if you're something with really, really old stuff, I would recommend the original Star Trek, the original series show. Just with that though, just be aware that it is very much of its time. Like, I love that show. It is a great show, but it has a lot of sexism in it. It's far from a perfect show in terms of how well it's aged. It was great for the time, and it's still a great show, but it hasn't aged perfectly. If you can't handle that, if you can't handle a little bit of the cheesy overacting and some of the sexism of the time, then I would recommend starting with Star Trek: The Next Generation. Star Trek: The Next Generation, I think, is a really good starting place. You can start right at the beginning of Star Trek: The Next Generation and find a really and think it's really, really really, really good good starting place. So the only caveat I will say about Star Trek: The Next Generation is the first 2 seasons are kind of there's some gems in there for sure. If you're maybe do a skip list for Star Trek: The Next Generation, but just be aware, if you start with Star Trek: The Next Generation, the first 2 seasons do have some gems and there's some good stuff in there, but they're a little bit rougher. But then once you hit season 3, and then you just go into all of Star Trek, and then Deep Space Nine, which is the best Star Trek in terms of quality, in my opinion. That's just a great way to go. So that would be my recommendation for that. Okay, so just checking up on the super chats here. Angie, thank you so much for your super chat. Also, I hope you enjoyed your soup that you got earlier. Heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. My 10-year-old just came home from playing with our neighbor's little girl. The little girl is about 8 and told my child they should kill themselves. Oh my God, my child is devastated right now. Oh my God, Angie, I didn't, I'm so sorry. That's awful. That's absolutely awful, Angie. I'm so sorry. Here, well, sending you and your child love. Kids can be freaking cruel. Kids can be really, really cruel. Believe me, I know. I dealt with bullying when I was a kid. A lot of bullying. You know, I've had, you know, I can remember one point where, you know, I played baseball as a kid, and I was, you know, I was a fat kid. You know, not to shame anybody for being fat or anything like that, but I was fairly unathletic and awkward. I mean, I'm still awkward nowadays. And so I wasn't really good at baseball. And after a game that we lost, one of the other kids on the baseball team, who was like my constant bully, came up and spit his, you know, you could get candy and everything. He called me fat, and he'd spit in my face, his piece of candy in my face. And it's something that always stuck with me, and I would get like, and that was by far from the worst stuff of it, but that one just always kind of stuck with me. It sucks, and kids can be really cruel, but I mean, I don't know if your kid's listening at all, Angie. I don't know if you want them to listen, but just let them know that it gets better, and that that the other kids are dumb. They're kids, they're children. And kids are dumb, and adults are dumb too. But kids are dumb too, and you know, you don't need to listen to them, because you are absolutely amazing and wonderful and awesome and kick butt. So I would just say, like, you know, you are absolutely lovely, and I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that right now. That is absolutely awful that the other 8-year-old kid said that, and that's awful, and they're silly and they're dumb. And you are absolutely wonderful and amazing and beautiful, and fan-frickin-tastic. So don't ever doubt that. And, you know, I was bullied too, and it happens. We get through it, and you come out. You're usually going to be the better person anyways. I mean, if you're not the person doing the bullying. Let's all be honest. You tend to come out, you tend to be a better person in the end. Not saying that bullying causes you to be a better person. I'm just saying the people who are bullied generally tend to be better people, because we don't bully people. So Angie, I'm sending you all the love, and I'm sending your kid all the love. So heart to all of you. I saw a couple of the super chats, but I actually see a really quick question that I actually do want to answer here, because I actually have a really quick answer to this one, as opposed to my usual long Jessie rant. Where was it? Oh no, where'd it go? All right, here. Karina Hunter says, "Hi Jessie. Sorry if this is unrelated, but I don't know where to find this info. When people say ladies and gentlemen, blah blah blah, is there a word to add that would make it more inclusive?" Yeah, the way that I like to say hi to people is say guys, gals, and MB pals. So that includes guys, girls, and non-binary folks, and that generally will cover everybody. You could also go with the terrible one from Star Trek Nemesis, where Data says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, invited transgendered species," which you don't actually use that. That's bad advice, but I always found that kind of funny in Star Trek Nemesis. But yeah, I usually say guys, gals, and MB pals. I think is like probably the most inclusive way to do that. You could also say guys, gals, and sort of non-binary identified people, if you want to sort of be a little bit longer. Ladies and gentlemen, and NB folks, that's generally works too. But guys, gals, and NB pals kind of flows off the tongue really well, and I kind of like it. So Von Tux, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you. You said, if you heard Trevor Noah's take on striking South African miners in his old stand-up routine, his disappointing comments are not that surprising. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I haven't. To be fair, I haven't listened to Trevor Noah's stand-up really at all. I just listened to him on the Daily Show, so that's sad to hear. That's sad to hear, because I've generally liked his take. I mean, he's definitely not the most like progressive or like crazy like out there stances on the Daily Show. He doesn't have the most like hottest of takes, and he's definitely doesn't fall on the spectrum of like, he's someone who like I wish he would go further with his platform. But I do think, especially when it comes to stuff about race and stuff, I've genuinely liked his takes and his statements, but I obviously don't know all about him. So if he has a history of that, that's disappointing, kind of sad and disheartening to hear, to be quite honest, because I've been following him for a while. But alas, I was very disappointed in his statements earlier this week. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry that you also got spat on. That sucks. Yeah, it was a particularly memorable, sad moment in my life. So it happens. Heart to you, Adam Apple. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate you. You said you can't heart me because I sent you a heart first. Well, I still hearted you. I gave you the heart before I saw your heart. So my hearts are before your hearts. But I hope you enjoy. Here's an extra heart for you, Adam. I appreciate that. Okay. Any more super chats? Yeah, I missed some of the super chats here. Yeah, I remember liking some of Trevor Noah's stand-up, but I haven't seen it in a few years, so I can't totally vouch. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen any of his stand-up, so I can't vouch for it at all, to be honest. So, what are you going to do? Do you have any upcoming collabs or speaking engagements you want to plug, Lisa Garrison? No, I don't have any right now. Oh, actually, yeah, kind of. So I can do two. On Rowan J. Coleman's channel, I actually did a video with Rowan J. Coleman, who's a fellow Star Trek YouTuber. We talked about our favorite Star Trek books, and we shared some of our favorite Star Trek books. So if you're looking for suggestions of good Star Trek books, I would recommend going over to Rowan J. Coleman's channel. We did a whole hour-long conversation. I think it was really, really fun. It was really, really good. So that one's great. No major upcoming collabs on the agenda at the moment, though I do have some that I'm planning on doing in the near future, but nothing immediately. But one quick speaking engagement-y thing that I did was how best. So actually, can I talk about that yet? I actually don't know if I can talk about it. So actually, I can't. I just realized that I might not be able to talk about it until next month. I guess what I can say is a big company reached out to me to do an episode of one of their web series for Pride Month. I can't necessarily say more than that, I don't think. So, yeah, it should be kind of fun. It was a lot of fun to do. So, I'll be able to share more about it next month. Once they send me they'll let me know when I'm able to actually talk about it. So, it should be fun. It should be a good time. It should be something really, really cool. Aw, thank you very much, Elizabeth. Jessie, I just got here. I'm so glad you're vaccinated. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, Elizabeth. So, hi, community. Hi, Menu Frog. Good to see you. It's good to have you here. Let's see. Yeah, sorry that it's so mysterious, Lisa. But yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. So what are you gonna do? Gotta sign those documents that say you can't talk about stuff. But it should be fun. It'll be really cool. So yeah, there is something coming up that will be kind of fun. Sorry, catching up on some of the chat here. Happy things are coming together for you, Jessie. Well, thank you very much, Donovan. Yeah, things are... Hi, Newt. Hi, buddy. Yeah, things seem to be going pretty good lately. I mean, vaccines here and doing YouTube full time. Yeah, I think I'm kind of excited about it. So it's kind of nice. Things seem to be going good. There's still some things that I want to do in my life, and I want to be able to get over my anxiety about writing fiction. I think that's my next big challenge in my life is like I want to start writing more fiction. And so that's probably the next and I have a lot of anxiety about writing fiction and a lot of fear of writing fiction because I want to do it badly, but I need to get over that fear. So that's probably the next big hurdle that I want to do and start writing some actual fiction and doing like audio dramas and things like that. So Jesse's where I heard NB Pals. Now I know. Fontux, heart to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I didn't come up with NB Pals. Where did I hear NB Pals originally? I forgot. It was another YouTuber. And for the life of me, I can't remember who said it. But I didn't create NB Pals, though I love it. I think it's a great term. But yeah, I did not come up with it. So, Elizabeth, I would read anything you write. Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, I know I have some stories that I want to do, but like I said, I need to get over my own anxiety about writing fiction. I have enough anxiety writing nonfiction for my channel, that writing fiction is also scary. So, you should do oh, that would actually be kind of fun. That would actually be kind of fun, Hannah. Do a NaNoWriMo stream in November. That would actually be kind of a good idea. I actually don't hate that idea. Remind me if I'll try and keep that in my brain. But if you're still around, remind me of that because that actually might be a good one. Guyton, thank you, Adam Apple. That's who it was. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it was Guyton who came up with NB Pals. That's who it was. So, oh, Samuel Howard, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said, totally off topic, but I've been binging on Mass Effect Legendary, and the Mako is still the complete and utter bane of my existence. Enjoying the chat as always. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'll be playing more I'll be playing more. So what was I saying? I've been playing Mass Effect over on my Twitch channel. So if you want to catch my playthrough of Mass Effect, I have all of my playthrough so far over. Hi Newt, hi buddy. Over on my over on my Twitch channel. So if you want to catch up on that, I will be playing more of Mass Effect drunk on Saturday night. So if you want more of me drunkenly playing Mass Effect, we'll be doing it on Saturday. So but just so you know, in case people show up who are like, oh, when did you get this far in Mass Effect? It's because I've been playing it over on my Twitch channel. So if people are shocked I suddenly jumped farther ahead in Mass Effect, that'll be why on Saturday. So but if anyone wants to yes, bud. Yes, hi Newt. Hi. So yes, so we'll be playing more Mass Effect on Saturday. But yeah, that'll be what happens. Also, I might want to if for those of you, I don't know if I might not be able to figure this out while drunk on Saturday, but just so everyone knows, I might try to end the stream, or at some point in the stream do some also some Mario, the Super Mario 3D Land. And I know you can actually play that with people online. Hey, my cat's name is Newt, eh? He is a lovely, adorable little kitty who is now biting my hand because I scratched his head, even though he doesn't like that. So, let's see, but I might play some Super Mario 3D Land, and I can share my friend code, and if anyone else has Super Mario 3D Land, maybe we can play. I can play with some of the people out in the community. I can't guarantee that because it depends on if I can get the thing set up and if I get to it, and I'll also be drunk doing it. So I can't guarantee that that's going to happen. But we might be able to do that on Saturday. And if we don't do it Saturday, I'll do it at some point. So maybe Newt bit you because you tasted good. I probably do taste good. He gets into biting moods because now he's in a biting mood. Like, watch, he's probably gonna try and bite my hand, bud. You want to bite my hand? Is that what's gonna happen, or are you gonna? Do you want scratches, or do you want to bite my hand? What's the deal? What's planning? No? What do you want? Okay, I'll leave you alone. So, there we go. I keep missing the Twitch streams. You need to check my email more often. Just Carolyn. You can get notifications on your phone. If you miss the Twitch streams, because they generally will pop up on there. Also, all the videos of the Twitch stream are still up. I actually need to download them. I might download them. Would people be interested? I don't know if this would be something that people will be interested in. If I downloaded all my playthroughs of Resident Evil Village, or basically all the playthroughs. If I downloaded them and put them up on my I wouldn't put them on this channel, but I'd probably put them up over on my secondary channel, over on Jessie Gender After Dark. Would people be interested in that? I'm actually curious if people will be interested in that if I put up those videos over there. RE8, good or bad? I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Actually, I really liked it quite a lot. Some people, there were some reviews that were saying like Resident Evil 8, it's good but not great. I would actually disagree. I really liked Resident Evil 8, like quite a bit. That would be fun. Good, actually, good. Yeah, I'm glad people would be interested. Yeah, maybe I'll do that then. I would maybe I'll just download all of them and I'll put them up there so that they're there for posterity for people to find my playthroughs. I think there's some fun stuff in there. But yeah, no, Resident Evil 8, I really liked it. I think it was a really good game. I haven't played all of the Resident Evil games, but I played bits and pieces of Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake, and Resident Evil 7 and 8. So out of those Resident Evil games that I just listed, the ones I would say Resident Evil 8 is probably my second favorite, behind Resident Evil 2 Remake. I think Resident Evil 2 Remake is still my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. I love that game. Resident Evil 2 Remake is so good. Like that is top tier. Like Resident Evil 2 Remake is top tier. But then Resident Evil Village, I would actually say Resident Evil Village falls number 2 for me. Just because I loved the world of it, the action gameplay of it, the horror of it. The bit with the baby, I won't say more in case people haven't played it, but the bit with the baby in Resident Evil 8 is utterly terrifying. One of the scariest things I played in a video game in a while. It is horrifying. So So yeah, I would actually say Resident Evil 8 is legitimately great. People are saying congrats to Potato. What happened with Potato? Just joined to say I got my first dose today. Well, Blue Potato, congratulations. That is awesome. Congratulations on getting your first dose. That is absolutely wonderful, Potato. Or Blue Potato, I should say. So you never played Resident Evil 6. Yeah, I like that game as it's so bad it's good. Yeah, I heard Resident Evil 6 wasn't all that bad. It just takes forever and just goes on for so long. But I should play it. I mean, I do want to do a playthrough of all the mainline Resident Evil games. Like I said, I've only played parts of Resident Evil 1. I haven't even played Resident Evil 4. The only bits of Resident Evil 4 that I played the opening of Resident Evil 4, the bit where you like take on the villagers for that extended period of time until the bell rings. That's the only bit of Resident Evil 4 that I played. Though I think they said they announced that they're doing a Resident Evil 4 remake. I think they announced. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think I said they were doing that. So I might just wait for that because I like the remake so much. So I just watched a compilation of streamers meeting the baby. Yeah, Pigeon Patrol, the baby in Resident Evil 8 is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Yeah, Mr. X, and almost as scary as Mr. X in Resident Evil 2. Like, Mr. X in his stomping around the building is actually horrifying. Yeah, Mr. X is legit terrifying. I got heart attacks from Mr. X. Like, oh my god, Mr. X is absolutely terrifying. Alright, I'm gonna probably start wrapping up the stream because my voice is getting a little bit sore and I have chicken soup to go eat for my soul. Some chicken soup for my soul. And I'm probably going to go and relax and probably go to bed early today. Let's see. But I saw one question that I did want to answer. Where'd the question go? I know I saw it. Where did I saw it? Oh, right here. Elizabeth asked, Jessie, would you rather date tall lady from the last Resident Evil or Garrus? Garrus, 100%. The tall lady from Resident Evil 8, she is great. She is absolutely great, but Garrus all the way. Garrus is my boy. I love Garrus. I absolutely love Garrus. Let's see. All right, everybody. So, on that note, on my more Garrus hitting on, let me just do my quick wrap-up and let everybody know what's coming up on the docket for things. So, first things first, if you are watching Star Wars The Bad Batch, I'm going to be doing my review of Star Wars The Bad Batch over on my my other channel, Jessie Gender After Dark, tomorrow. So that'll be going up probably late tonight or tomorrow. So if you want my review of just Star Wars The Bad Batch, check that out. Tomorrow, though, the big thing, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so in about, like, let's see, 12... 13, 14, in about 14, 15 hours. At 11 o'clock, I have a really, really big video going up tomorrow about Ezri Dax. The video tomorrow, you can, and let me share the link while we're talking here. The video about Ezri Dax tomorrow is about Ezri Dax, but I actually share a lot about my personal life in it and how much I connect with Ezri through my personal life. It's actually a surprisingly personal video given that it's about Ezri Dax. So I would highly recommend that everyone come and join me for that. Here's the link for it. I just shared the link in the chat. So if you want to join me for the premiere of that, it's going to be a very personal video. I think it'll be a very fun video. I think there's some enjoyable stuff in there. So I would highly recommend coming for that. But if you can't make the premiere at 11 o'clock tomorrow, obviously the video will be up. So please check it out at some point in the next few days if you can. So there's that video. There's the Bad Batch review. And then Saturday, as always, I'll be doing my drunk stream as long as I'm not feeling terrible, though I would assume I'm probably going to feel better by Saturday. So if I'm feeling better by Saturday, which I'm 99.9% sure I will be, we will be doing a drunk stream of Mass Effect Saturday night. So get your beer ready and come and join me Saturday evening for that. So that's all the big stuff. Bad Batch tonight, Ezri Dax video tomorrow, and then Saturday, the drunk Mass Effect stream. That is everything. And I hope you're all lovely. I'm going to go get my soup, my chicken noodle soup, and curl up in a ball with a blanket and a book. And I hope you all have a good night. Selkie, have a good night yourself. Callie, good night to you. Saint Beatles, Menu Frog, Hannah, Scott, Cappuccino, Chaz, Jerry, Celestial IMFS, The Rat, Jerry, Stuart Stave, Anna F, Ulysses the Pagan, Hannah M, Mikhail, Saint Beatles, Celis, Scott Warden, Chaz, Elizabeth. I'm repeating a few names here, but good night to everybody. Sarah, Stuart, Samuel, You are all lovely, and I bid you all a good night and live long and prosper. And now I need to find where the button is. Oh crap! I even closed the page. Now you're all gonna have to sit here with me for an extra second while I open up the damn page that I'm supposed to have open to turn off the stream. Because I didn't mean to close it. Because I closed it when I was getting the Ezra Dax ready up. Here we go. Okay. Now this is actually good night, everybody. Have a good evening, everyone. You're all lovely and beautiful, and I really appreciate you, and I appreciate this community, and I appreciate your kindness. So, heart to everybody. All right. Good night, everyone.